Good afternoon. Welcome to Two Funcles and a Niece. I'm Kia, and we have
Big Rob in the house again.
what's going on, Big Rob? How are you doing on
We're
this Sunday?
having a good day. Did a fish tank. Tired, but it's nice out.
Sunday fun day. It's
Sunday
always
fun
hot
day.
out here. It's always hot out here in Texas. That's just what it is. We had some rain on Saturday, which made it a little bit more humid, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Let's talk about Brittney Griner. That is an interesting topic.
Uh,
A lot going on. Brittney Griner was taken into custody on February 17th at an airport near Moscow. They allegedly found four vape cartridges containing hash oil, a concentrated form of cannabis that is illegal in Russia, in
yeah,
Griner's luggage. She's facing up to 10 years imprisonment in penal colony. Let's talk about it. So, what are your thoughts on the whole Brittney Griner situation, Big Rob?
my thoughts are this: she was getting away with it for a long time, and once America joined in with the Ukraine and the war, her day was numbered. Americans in Russia days are numbered. So if you're gonna come out with drugs, and drugs are illegal, not in America, but in Russia, she should have known better.
So, what do you
So
say about the fact that she was saying that she was rushing to gather her stuff to try
no,
to kind of
no,
get to the
no.
airport?
There's
You
no
know,
such thing. There's no such thing. She was not rushing to get out of there. No, no such thing. I don't believe that. I believe she thought that she was going to slide through like she always has. But let me ask you this, Queen.
hmm
If it was you or me, would America come to our aid?
they wouldn't even know about us. we're not we're not
Exactly.
athletes or anything. And this is another good thing, another interesting thing where you're seeing all this stuff come out. Oh, they don't want to do anything because she's black. Oh, they don't want to do anything because she's plays in the WNBA. She's not LeBron James. If it was LeBron James, he would be home already. My thing is when we are traveling to other countries, when you travel abroad, you have to know their laws. You have to know what's going on out there and you have to abide by those rules. Obviously, for me, I wouldn't be on an airplane going overseas to Russia. But we all know one of the main reasons she was over there is because trying to make a living playing basketball, which is her profession. She
What
makes
happened? She couldn't
more
play in America?
money. She makes more money playing in
That's what it was
Russia.
all about.
Yeah, and that's the sad thing. Because you want to make a livable wage in America, but a lot of people aren't truly paying attention to the WNBA, so they're not making they're not bringing the
The
income
revenue.
in the
Yeah.
revenue. Yeah, so you're not making a lot of money. My thing is, I feel like, hey, WNBA, NBA, they dropped the ball because the advertising marketing for the
It's terrible.
WNBA
It's
is
terrible
just
what they did to the
not, yeah,
women's
it's not good
basketball.
enough. Me growing up, it was out there. I knew about it, and we went to games. It was out there. It was on TV. It was everywhere. But now it's just like it's just where is it? However, at the end of the day, if you're gonna go overseas to another country, you just have to be wise and you can't take any chances. I don't care what country it is, because there's so much going on in the world today, and you don't know how they're gonna respond. They may respond one day differently, they may not. However, they may always just stick to the laws. Like, this is illegal in this country. You're not in America, so what you're doing is illegal here, and we
Exactly.
will put you in jail. And she's facing up to 10 years in jail.
And and I tell you this much. Brittany Griner has gotten away with this before. This is not her first rodeo with this.
Mhm.
She has to understand that the things they don't like in Russia are drugs and lesbian and homosexual. They just look down on that. And that's why she had to walk that thin line. She decided to cross it at the wrong time. Over here in America, I've been watching the WNBA from when it started. I feel that WNBA has really great players, even from back then. Brittney Griner would be considered a great player. It's just that, as you said, they didn't market the WNBA well anymore. They're really letting it fall apart, and it's a terrible thing when your great athletes have to go overseas to make an earning.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible thing when you see that. I,
Yeah,
I feel I feel
yeah.
bad for her, but I think she knew what she was doing.
I think that it is unfortunate, but we got to be realistic. WNBA players are not going to make the same income as NBA players. Just not going to happen. The NBA
No,
obviously is more established, and they have obviously more fans. Just different. You can't even, to me, you just can't even compare the two at this point or ever, because it's not the same, and it's unfortunate, and it is what it is. I feel like, again, you got to be wise when you're going to other countries, and you got to follow their rules. There's countries that, as women, you have to dress a certain way.
yes,
Otherwise, it can be a crime. So if I want to go overseas
yes,
somewhere and there's a country that requires me to cover up as a woman, then I need to do that, or I don't
you
need to
need
be
to do
going
it.
to that country. We have
That's
to
right.
respect the rules and laws in every country, as
That's
is
right.
what we're expecting people to do when they come here. Because if they come here and they break the laws, we're obviously going to prosecute them as well. Not saying I feel like, hey, she deserves 10 years. However, again, you have to follow the laws over there. From what my research was, that you don't even get to present evidence. The only evidence that's presented is from prosecutor. There's no opportunity for a jury, so it's just a judge pretty much. And so, pretty much the probability of her to be found not guilty is pretty much non-existent,
Well,
and it's just not there. So they have extended her stay several times. It has been recently extended to December of 2022. So just think of how long she's been there, and
oh, you know what? Over here in America, we've gotten so used to that easy life. So now we just walk around and we just get high. Everybody wants to get high. So if you want me to believe that she forgot that she had her get high in her bag, I'll never believe that. Her thing was she was trying to bring it back home with her. You got to understand. She needs to understand. You get rid of it. What you do in your room when you stay there is your business. But when you now try to fly out of Russia, knowing that the conflict with Ukraine and how Vladimir Putin has no love for America, you have to understand. You're watched. She was watched with a fine tooth. And when she got there, they picked to search her bags thoroughly, and they found it.
they did say that she used the marijuana to treat to treat
To
pain,
for
but
pain, really?
mhm.
Marijuana for pain? Marijuana doesn't take away pain. Marijuana only makes you think the pain is gone. Because let's remember, when you come down off of that high, the pain is still there.
I guess you got to keep on doing it then.
Yeah, yeah, until you're hooked. And once you're hooked and your body can't take it, it doesn't accept anymore. You want to get higher. So where do we go from there? No, marijuana don't take away the high. Marijuana only messes with your brain and make you think the pain is gone. The pain is not gone.
Yeah, so she's supposed to be using the medical marijuana for
Medical marijuana. I'm
knee
telling.
injuries, knee pain, which
I have
that
knee
is
pain. You think
against the
marijuana is going
law.
to take the pain away? I
It,
have I have torn meniscus. You think if I smoke some marijuana is going to take the pain away? No, it's not. It's only going to make me think the pain away. And then when I wake up from my high, the pain will be sitting right there waiting for me. You can't fool me with medical marijuana. Doesn't work. Medical marijuana is used if you're a cancer patient, you have surgery, things like that, and they want you to be able to eat. The marijuana gives you that appetite. Sore knees, sore backs, marijuana is not going to help you with that.
okay, I don't know a lot about medical marijuana, but hey, that's part of their argument. On July 7th, Brittney Griner pled guilty to charges of transportation and smuggling of cannabis products. So there's still, she still has some hearings. So we'll see what happens. So the U.S. proposed a swap of arms dealer Victor Bout for Brittney Griner and Paul Whelan. What are your thoughts on that?
An arms dealer. Well, it, it's not a spy, so he doesn't have any information that they can really get out of him. So if it's just an arms dealer and they feel worthy of it, make the swap, bring her home. But she basically will be banned from going back to Russia again. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
well, if
sure.
I was her, if they was able to do the swap, I wouldn't want to go back there. She shouldn't want to go back overseas, but I mean, at some point, I guess if that's her livelihood, she's gonna go maybe to another team.
Yeah, because she has to understand that if she goes back there, they will they will check her the same way they checked this out, maybe even worse. She might be strip searched. She doesn't want to go through that humility. So her best bet is when this is all said and done, stay out of Russia. It's not a safe place for you.
Yeah, I agree. Now, it is alleged that the Russian government, they want to include a former colonel from their country's domestic spy agency who's convicted of murder. So I guess it's going to be one of those. Stay tuned to see if they agree to this proposed swap or if they want something else. I believe at one point there may have been some conversation about them potentially wanting some of those sanctions lifted. Do you think that we should be in the business of swapping prisoners?
Well, we've been in the business of swapping prisoners. I mean, that's what America does. However, I'm not going to swap a high-ranking spy who has information for a basketball player. No, not doing that. A disarms dealer, yeah, I'll swap him. But if you talking about lifting sanctions, see now it's getting too far into political. I'm not lifting sanctions and I'm not swapping spies. You want this gun dealer, you can have him. But that's as far as we go. Prisoner for prisoner. Let's not get greedy. And already they're showing they're going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be a back and forth situation where I feel like it may not be resolved
We're
because
looking at 1-for-1 and that's it.
yeah, if you're asking for if they're asking for more allegedly, then that means they're not satisfied with what America has proposed. And so yeah, I don't think we should be backing down and giving in to demands, but
No,
it's curious to see with this administration, they're kind of weak. And so I'm curious to see if they're going to stand their ground and show they have a backbone and say this is what it is and that is it. If not, then maybe further negotiate, but I don't think we should be willing to lift any sanctions considering all that's going on, even though I
none.
don't think we should be minding our own business because it's not our war to be fighting. But at the end of the day, we're in the business of minding everybody else's business but our own business.
Yeah, but
That is just how we do it in the so-called great United States of America. It is
that's
what it is
America.
out here in these United States of American streets. I had to get that in there at
Yeah,
some
that's
point, Big
America
Rob.
for you.
But I mean, I hope if they do bring her home, because hey, bring you
Hey,
home. I hope she learns a valuable lesson and just to me, just don't
will
even go
she?
back.
Will
I
she
would like
learn a
to think
valuable
so.
lesson? Will
She's
she?
gonna
Think
have
about
to.
when you think about it like this. If this if there was NFL games on right now, we wouldn't even be talking about this girl because we'd be sitting around watching some NFL games on this Sunday. So we're talking about somebody who committed a crime. Think about that part of it. It's a crime.
Mhm.
So why should we? What happens when she comes home? Does she get to just get out and walk the streets like nobody's business? She committed a crime. Should she come home and go to jail? Why not? Oh,
I guess
because
we'll have to.
because it's legal here to get high. That's why.
I mean, not in all states.
Not in all states, but she's coming close to where it's legal.
And then it's a medical marijuana, so it's for medical purposes. So
Yeah,
I,
because she got a sore knee.
you know,
I
so
got a sore knee too, and the doctor ain't gonna give me a blunt. So I I don't want to hear none of her nonsense. She should have known. Don't carry any drugs with you. Anybody, let's put it like this: anybody with common sense know that any kind of drug that you try to smuggle in and out, and you get caught with it, you go to jail. So what they trying to say that okay, just because she got a little cannabis, well, what the hell? All I got is a quarter ounce. Do I get do I get to get away with it? Is
well,
America going to say, well, all Bobby has is a quarter ounce of cocaine. We can go get him out. No, that's not what they're going to do. They're going to say, you keep him for 10 years. Because he don't do nothing. He don't play basketball or baseball.
I mean
But
that's just how America operates.
exactly.
We're not the entertainers or athletes or whatever the case may be. We're not the elite, I guess, or
Yeah.
rich. So but we wouldn't be overseas in that situation anyway. So
How about that?
you
How
know,
about that?
we'll have to see what
But
happens. I do believe that if they do the swap, because to me, because it's not illegal here and it's medical for medical purposes, then she most likely would go back to her normal day to day life,
mhm.
living her life, which is fine for me. But again, you got to know that going forward, if something like this was to happen again, the United States is not going to go and try to negotiate to get you back home. So you got to be smart, especially in this day and age. You got to think about the times we are in, and it's going to require you to either stay your butt here and just make the salary that you make, or if you do take the opportunity or take the chance to go overseas, you better just be smart and know that, hey, I'm overseas. I got to just abide by whatever their laws are, and know that in the future, if I don't do right, then I may be looking at some hard time in other countries. And it ain't prison system in the other countries is different. And out here, they get food, they get
Yep.
cable, they get a whole
Yep.
bunch of stuff. In another country, you gonna be
You'll
struggling.
get a stone bed and your shirt to wrap up to make a pillow.
Yeah, you'll be struggling. So um she
And you
just
better hope you don't get the business while you in those prisons.
she just better count her blessings and hope that the US is able to pull off this swap, and then just do what she needs to do going forward in the future. You have any final thoughts on the Brittney Griner situation?
Final thought is this: if it was actually medical, then how did she have any proof of it being medical where she can actually bring that to the doctors there in Russia? Say, listen, I use this for medical purposes. I need you to give me an excuse for using this for medical purposes. Probably not. So my final thoughts on it is you keep her. Because if you let her go, the only thing she's gonna do is come home, and the first thing she's gonna do is light up.
Well, and I mean that's her preference. If it's legal, then even if people don't like it, it is what it is. Like if it's legal for you to drink, there may be people who don't like the fact that you drink. But if it's legal here and she's able to come back home and do it, and she has a medical license to do it here, in America, then I would assume that she would continue to do it. It's just illegal in other countries.
Go
So
Russia.
if
That's
she
right.
goes to another country, she's going to have to figure out if it's legal in that country. If it's not, then she's going to have to find other methods, other forms of treatment in order to alleviate the pain that she's going through. She's just going to have to pop some Aleve like the rest of us got daggone it. Too. I tell you, I done had some knee issues. I know I don't play basketball anymore, but I tore my knee up playing basketball, and it ain't pretty. But I just keep it moving as if the knee is there, it's in pain. We just coexist. I
I
know she's
coexist with
paying at a
mine.
yeah, she's playing at a much higher level than me, but at the end of the day, you gotta move within law. And if
At
it's
the end of the
legal
day,
here, it's legal. If it's illegal somewhere else, then it just is.
if you just giving people marijuana because they got a sore knee, then you're not a good doctor. Because I got a sore damn knee, and I can tell you marijuana ain't gonna make the knee pain go away. All right. So I don't believe in medical marijuana for a sore knee, sore back, sore elbow. Like I said, if you wanted those that they use the stuff that helps you with your appetite, so because certain surgeries, cancer, and all that, and you wind up losing weight, yes, I'll go with it. But if you're telling me medical marijuana because you got a sore knee, then guess what? She got what she deserved. Give it a 10 years. Go Vladimir Putin.
Okay, we heard what Big Rob says. Again, for me, um, I'm in a place where, I mean, you do the crime, you do the time. However, if we are able to do the swap, I'm okay with it as long as we're not, getting rid of sanctions. And I do hope she is able to come home and continue to play professionally, play basketball. And then if she does have to go overseas to another country, that she chooses another team, and then she just is more aware and conscious of the rules, laws, regulations in those countries. And that when she is packing, if it was an accident or she was rushing, that she is extra cautious, because again, in other countries, it don't matter how cautious you are, or if
Right?
you're rushing and to do something, rushing to get to an airport, you better make sure that you have everything in order. Because my thing is, this is a good question. How the hell did she get it into Russia?
Ah, good question. There it is.
So
Well, that's because you know how she got in. They don't check you when you coming in. They
no, yeah,
check
that's
you when
true.
you going out.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't really know everything about customs. But at the end of the day, hopefully they're able to, get her back, get both of them back home, and hopefully they can, continue to resume and live their lives and do whatever it is that they love to do. All right, y'all. Leave some comments and let me know your thoughts on the Brittney Griner situation. Do you think that America should swap Brittney Griner for another prisoner, or some other, give Russia some other concessions that they are requesting the U.S. Give them in exchange for Brittney Griner? Um, Tune in next Saturday. We'll be discussing the infamous Donald Trump. So tune in for that. We're gonna have a really great show about Donald Trump. Big Rob, any final thoughts? You want to shout anyone out before we head on out for the evening?
I'm gonna shout you out, Queen. I've been
Thank you.
looking at your fantasy football videos. I think you're doing a wonderful job. I'm a little confused on it because I don't really know much about fantasy, but I'm starting to pick it up. You do a great job on kind of teaching me real easy, like, and one day I will join your league. So big up
Woo!
to you, Queen.
Thank you. We got Big Rob ready to join the fantasy. I'm gonna give him another year and get him. I'm gonna break him in with a redraft league, y'all.
Yes, yes, bringing
Bye.
me in nice and slow. So big ups to you, Queen, on that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and big ups to you too. We are always bringing the great content. You're bringing great material, great information, great conversation to every episode on every platform that we're tuning in. We will try to pick up the sports again at some point, maybe late August, early September, once football season
Football's coming.
gets
Football's coming.
started. So we'll be picking up that. And again, yeah, check me out on the Blown Coverage Fantasy Football Podcast, because we
Zone
have a
coverage.
lot of great content for fantasy football to help you get ready for your season. And then later on, we also have the Score Fantasy Football Fantasy Basketball Podcast, which will help you throughout the season for fantasy basketball. Y'all have a great weekend. Actually, peace.
Peace.
See y'all next Saturday.